So many good choices, but which way should you build Dokkan Fest Android 21? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the Dokkan Festival Android 21 and figuring out what hidden potential build is the best for her. After all, she's one of those few rare characters where there's not necessarily one wrong answer for her hidden potential build. She's got so many different things going on, there's an argument for each build. So we're going to talk about those in this video. So first things first, let's talk about what she's doing so we can kind of decide on where to start. So she is an Android's Majin Power Peppy Gals, category key 3, HP attack defense 170% with an additional attack defense 30% to characters who also belong on Power Absorption, Transformation Boost, and Crossover category. She is getting attack defense 150%. She gives all allies key 2. She gets an additional attack defense 120% when attacking with a 50% chance of evading the enemy super attack. Once she evades, she gains key 2 and additional attack 60 for 3 turns. She also launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack. She also launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack, starting from the turn in which she performs the third attack. And then she disables enemy's action within the turn that she performs the sixth. And every attack after that becomes a critical hit. Now, she can transform after the fifth turn into her transformed good state, where she then recovers 30% HP, gains attack and defense 210%. Giving allies key 2 just like she was before. She also gets an additional 120% when attacking and gains an additional 21% damage reduction. She also has an additional defense 60% within the same turn after receiving an attack, and launches 2 additional attacks that both have 70% chance of becoming a super attack. And she recovers 21% HP when below 60% at the end of the turn. To add on to that, every attack she does, she's recovering 5% HP. So that adds up over time. So knowing all of this, right, at first glance, it almost seems like you want to go additionals. After all, she has an AGL, which means at max dupe level, we're talking about 20 extra in the additional space for her being AGL. Obviously, skill orbs can affect that in one way or another, but the basic is level 20, which equates to a 40% chance to do an additional. Now, for a character like her in her base form, that helps her out a lot, right? Because in her base form, if we come back here, she is raising attack and defense for 1 turn, so in the event that she doesn't dodge that attack, at least it'll help her get up there defensively, right? Shout out to Halvard here for posting the calcs for her. But, right, if she performs 3 super attacks, she's at 760k defense, 900 with 40% support. So she's tanking just about anything in the game with those 3 supers. So there's definitely an argument to be made for the extra supers being necessary through a hidden potential build focused on additional. You could also go the other route and focus her more in dodge, right, to build on that greater chance of survivability through dodging the attack, since she already has that 50% chance to evasion. However, her being AGL means the best she's going to get is an extra 15%, and that's with both paths open and going full dodge build. So if you're somebody who doesn't have both paths open, right, this may not be a viable choice for her, in which case I would definitely recommend leaning more into the combo attack. There's also an argument for critical hit, right? In her base form, she's really not doing a whole lot of damage until that turn that she gains the critical hit, which is usually the second turn. But it does mean the first turn that the damage is kind of lackluster. Even more so on this, right? On the turn that she uses the active skill, that active skill can hit kind of weak if she doesn't end up critting, right? Because she doesn't gain the effective against all types until after she does the attack. So once she activates and does the attack, then she gains the effective against all types. So while she is launching additional attacks here, you can take advantage of that. However, you know, sometimes the extra attack from being effective against all types just isn't enough. So there is an argument for crit. I think it's the least worthy of your choices, but there is definitely an argument there. After all, she is launching already 2 additional supers. If you're not interested in putting any dodge on her, then, you know, a little bit of crit added into a full additional build could be helpful to make up for those turns where she doesn't have that effective against all types. Another thing you consider that may affect your build is looking at her links here, right? If we take a look at her links while in base form, her best partner is basically herself, although you're not probably running them next to each other, or the Evil 21. Now, if you didn't pull her, then your next best choice in terms of link partners is either the STR version, which is probably not going to be helping you too much in these new red zones, or the Int one, and which, you know, same kind of replies. Realistically, I mean, you could run some of these guys as her 3rd slot floater. The big thing you'll be wanting to look at is characters like the Gamma. He's not here, but the Gamma 1 shares 3 links with her and is a great link partner in slot 1 for her. Same goes for the Bulma, and then utilizing androids in slot 3 to open up the rest of her tubes. Now, not tubes, I'm sorry, the rest of her links. One of the biggest problems, I think, with her is a lack of big bad bosses activation characters for her. On her team, there aren't too many, and even more so, aren't too many who link well with her, right? Her best choice is either the Evil 21 or this Android 13, who it's a big shame that they're not easying him this celebration. Obviously, Fizzle or androids are going to be great support units for her, but not activating big bad bosses is kind of rough for him. So I was kind of hoping this would be the easy A, but that's neither here nor there, right? Characters like 17 are good partners for her, as they provide additional defense and damage reduction, which help her out a lot. But realistically, looking at who her partners are, right? Bulma, Gamma 1, 17, all of these kind of lean their way towards making her partner, or making her hidden potential to complement her partner, probably additionals, right? As we said, in base form, she's getting close to 900k. In her transform state, she's getting 1.6 if with a full additional investment, having procced everything, having been attacked first, and then launching 3 supers, right? She can get up to She can get up to 1.6 mil on that defense, which is really good. She's basically tanking every hit in the game. It's kind of crazy when you actually get her going off. So, guys, that is it for the video. Like I said, best recommendation is probably additionals, although there is an argument, as we said, for full dodge or for critical hit. It really depends on the need of what you want to use her for. So, guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know, what build did you go with your Android 21? Personally, I put additionals in mine, even though she's 55%. I feel like that's what she really needs the most of at 55%. But let me know what you did in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.